She stood on my doorstep past midnight, her hands shaking, her eyes full of fear. "I need a husband by tomorrow," she whispered. I didn't laugh. I didn't walk away. I just looked at her and said quietly, "Then you'll have to come inside." Sometimes the strangest requests carry the deepest pain. For a moment, I thought I had misheard her. Husband?" I asked gently. She nodded, tears forming. "Just for a little while. I swear I'm not dangerous." I could have closed the door. Anyone would have. But something stopped me. "Why?" I asked. She hesitated, then spoke in a quiet rush. "My landlord is evicting me. He says I broke the lease rules. My sister's in the hospital. Social services are involved. They won't let me stay with her unless I'm stable, married, or at least not alone." Her voice cracked. "I don't have anyone." Silence hung between us. The world teaches us to protect ourselves, but sometimes kindness asks us to listen first. I stepped aside. "Come in," I said. She looked shocked. "You don't even know me." "I know, but you're standing outside at midnight asking for help. That tells me enough." My name is Jack. I was 35, living alone in a modest house on the edge of town. Nothing fancy, just 2 bedrooms, old furniture, and a life that had grown very quiet. I worked regular hours, paid my bills, and spent my evenings in silence. After my parents passed away, the house felt bigger than it really was. Not empty, just waiting. That night, I wasn't expecting anyone. When the knock came, it wasn't loud, just soft, careful, almost unsure. I opened the door and saw Lily. She looked exhausted, like she hadn't slept in days. Her coat was thin, her hair slightly messy, and her eyes, they carried a kind of urgency I had never seen before. "I'm sorry," she said quickly. "I know this sounds strange." That's when she said it. "I need a husband by tomorrow." Lily stayed in the guest room. We set clear boundaries. No pretending, no lies, just safety. The first few days were awkward. We barely spoke except for polite greetings. She cooked simple meals, always asking permission first. "I don't want to be a burden," she said once. "You're not," I replied, and I meant it. Slowly, I learned her story. She had lost her parents young, bounced between relatives, worked hard, trusted the wrong people, and paid the price. "I just needed time," she said one night. One chance to breathe. At night, I sometimes heard her crying softly behind the door, and every time I prayed quietly that I had made the right decision. Word spreads fast in small towns. A neighbor saw Lily come and go. Questions followed. "Who's she? When did you get married? Is everything okay?" Lily overheard one conversation and panicked. "I should leave," she said, packing her bag with shaking hands. "I've caused enough trouble." I stopped her. "No," I said firmly. "You're safe here. But people will talk." "Let them," I replied. "This is my house." That night, she looked at me and asked, "Why are you helping me?" I didn't have a perfect answer. "Because someone once helped me when I didn't deserve it," I said. "And because sometimes doing the right thing doesn't need an explanation." The next day, Lily received a call. Her sister's condition had worsened. She collapsed onto the couch, sobbing. "I can't lose her," she whispered. Without thinking, I took her hand. "You won't face this alone," I said. At the hospital, a social worker approached us. "Are you family?" she asked. Lily froze. I stepped forward. "I'm her husband." The word felt heavy, real. Lily looked at me, eyes wide. Later, she whispered, "You didn't have to say that." "Yes," I replied softly. "I did." Something changed after that day. Not suddenly, not magically, but slowly. We started talking more, laughing, sharing small moments. Coffee in the morning, quiet walks in the evening. One night, Lily said, "I used to pray for a miracle." "And?" I asked. She smiled faintly. "Maybe miracles don't always look like answers. Sometimes they look like doors opening." I felt the same. I realized the house wasn't quiet anymore. It was alive. Weeks passed. Lily's situation stabilized. Her sister improved. Housing support came through. One evening, Lily stood by the door with her bag. "I don't need to stay anymore," she said softly. My heart sank. "I know," I replied, "but you're welcome to, if you want." She looked at me, searching my face. "Jack, this started as shelter, but somewhere along the way, it became home." I took a deep breath. "Then stay," I said. "Not because you need to, because you choose to." She smiled through tears. "I choose to." We didn't rush anything. No big promises, no pressure. Just 2 people who found safety in kindness and love in patience. Months later, standing in the same doorway where it all began, Lily squeezed my hand and said, "I asked for a husband overnight, but what I really needed was someone who cared." I smiled. And I didn't know I was lonely until you knocked. Sometimes kindness doesn't arrive with certainty. Sometimes it arrives as a risk. But when you open your door with compassion, you may discover that you're not just saving someone else, you're finding your own miracle too. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who believes in kindness.